Okay, let's be real for a second. The whole rise and grind culture, it's exhausting. I used to think that to get good grades, I had to chain myself to my desk, fueled by nothing but caffeine and crippling anxiety. I'd pull all-nighters, highlight every single word in my textbook, and still feel like I was falling behind. The result? Total burnout. I was tired, miserable, and my grades weren't even that great. I knew something had to change. So, I decided to stop fighting my lazy side and start working with it. And guess what? It was the best decision I ever made. This is my lazy student's guide to getting ahead without the burnout. First things first, let's redefine what lazy even means. It's not about doing nothing. It's about being efficient. It's about finding the path of least resistance to get the best results. Think of it as strategic energy conservation. The goal isn't to avoid work, but to avoid pointless work. The first major shift I made was ditching the idea that more hours equals more learning. It's a total myth. The key is to focus on the quality of your study time, not the quantity. This brings me to my first secret weapon, the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule. In simple terms, it means that 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. For a student, this is a game changer. Instead of trying to learn every single detail of a subject, I started asking myself, what's the critical 20%? What are the core concepts that everything else is built on? I'd look at past exams, listen for clues in lectures when the professor says, this is important, and focus my energy there. This way, I was mastering the fundamentals that would get me most of the marks, instead of getting bogged down in tiny details that might not even show up on the test. It's about studying smarter, not harder. My next tip is to embrace the art of good enough. Perfectionism is the enemy of the lazy but successful student. I used to spend hours agonizing over a single paragraph in an essay, trying to make it perfect. Now, I aim for a solid B+ on the first draft. I just get the ideas down on paper. Then, I take a break, come back with fresh eyes, and polish it up. This approach removes so much pressure. You realize that getting something done is way better than getting nothing done because you were too scared it wouldn't be perfect. Your first draft is supposed to be messy. Just get it out. You'll be amazed at how much faster you can work when you let go of that need for perfection from the start. Now, let's talk about the actual studying part. Long, marathon study sessions are a recipe for disaster. Your brain just can't absorb information for that long. So, I became a huge fan of the Pomodoro technique. It's simple. You work in focused 25-minute bursts, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 of these cycles, you take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. During those 25 minutes, you are completely focused. No phone, no social media, no distractions. Then, during your break, you can do whatever you want. Scroll through TikTok, grab a snack, stretch. This method works because it aligns with your brain's natural attention span. It keeps you fresh and prevents that feeling of being overwhelmed. It makes starting a study session so much less intimidating because you only have to commit to 25 minutes at a time. Anyone can do 25 minutes, right? Another huge mindset shift was learning to use technology as my assistant, not my enemy. Instead of letting my phone distract me, I put it to work. There are amazing apps out there. I use a flashcard app like Anki, which uses spaced repetition to help you memorize facts efficiently. It shows you cards right before you're about to forget them. It's like having a personal tutor who knows exactly what you need to review and when. I also use transcription services for lectures. Instead of frantically trying to write down every word a professor says, I record the lecture and get a text version later. This frees me up to actually listen and understand the concepts in class, which is the whole point. Then I can just search the transcript for keywords when I'm studying. It's a total game changer. Let's talk about group work. I used to dread it, but I realized that I was approaching it all wrong. The lazy student's way to do group projects is to divide and conquer intelligently. At the very first meeting, be proactive. Suggest breaking down the project into very specific, equal parts. Create a shared document where everyone can see who is responsible for what, and set clear deadlines for each part. This avoids the classic problem where one person ends up doing all the work. It also means you only have to focus on your small section, making the whole project feel much less daunting. You do your part, trust your teammates to do theirs, and then just piece it all together at the end. It's so much more efficient. And here's a big one. Learn to say no. As a student, you're constantly bombarded with opportunities and requests. extra clubs, social events, helping a friend with their assignment. While some of these are great, you can't do everything. Remember, your energy is a finite resource. The lazy but successful student protects their time and energy fiercely. Before agreeing to anything, I ask myself, does this align with my goals? Will this drain me or energize me? It's okay to politely decline things that don't serve you. Saying no to a night out when you have an exam the next day isn't being boring, it's being strategic. It's about prioritizing what truly matters for your long-term success and well-being. Finally, and this might be the most important tip of all, prioritize rest. Seriously, sleep is not for the weak. It's a powerful performance-enhancing tool. When you're well-rested, your brain works better. You can focus more easily, you can solve problems faster, and you retain information more effectively. Pulling an all-nighter is the worst thing you can do. You might feel like you're getting more done, but the quality of your work plummets, and you won't remember half of what you learned. Instead of sacrificing sleep for study, I started treating my bedtime as a non-negotiable appointment. Aim for 7 to 9 hours a night. Think of it as charging your brain's battery. A fully charged battery will always outperform a dead one. So, there you have it. My secrets to being a lazy but successful student. It's not about slacking off. It's about being strategic, efficient, and kind to yourself. It's about applying the 80-20 rule, aiming for good enough, working in short bursts, using technology wisely, and protecting your rest. By embracing these principles, I went from being a stressed out, burned out mess to a relaxed, confident student who actually had time for a social life. And my grades got better. So give it a try. Stop trying to be a productivity machine and start being a strategic thinker. You might be surprised at how much more you can achieve by doing less. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, give this video a like and subscribe for more content on how to work smarter, not harder. Let me know in the comments which lazy student tip is your favorite. See you in the next one.